Hello and welcome to English 911. My name is Skyla, and I'm going to try and answer as many questions as I can from you. Only today I only get to answer 3, so remember to keep writing them in and I'll try and answer all of them, okay? So our first question for today is from Valentine. Now Valentine, his question is very interesting because he says, okay, I keep hearing this word like in speech. What is the word like? People use it in 40 different ways. Okay, so literally, like equals as if, basically. When it's not a verb. Like if you say, I like cake, it means that I almost love cake. But if you say, I feel like a dog, it means I feel as if I were a dog, like this, okay? However, starting in the 1950s, it became popular to use like as like a verbal hiccup. Let's call it that, okay? And you can hear it at all points, all parts of a sentence, everywhere. Let me give you an example. So I was driving down the road and I saw this car and it was totally like blue, and I knew totally that it was like a cop car. Like. Okay, so this is how you can hear this word in sentences. And if you want to be taken seriously as an adult, try to avoid it, okay? It can be used to start a new idea, it can be used just as an interjection, it can be used as many, many different ways, okay? However, the actual only official way to use the word like is to use it meaning as if. So try to avoid using it a whole bunch. However, I know myself, I have friends who use this word a lot, and when I'm around them, I start to say it too. It's a very hard word to avoid, but I know you can do it. Like, really. Okay, so now our second question for today is from Luda. Now, Luda's question involves phrasal verbs. And I know that phrasal verbs are everyone's favorite thing to learn, right? Of course, right. Now hers has to do with what is the difference, how to know. We have look back, this is an A, okay? Look back, to look down, to look forward, and to look up. So you would look at this and think, okay, I look back, I look down, I look forward, and I look up, right? No, unfortunately. To look back means to remember. It's the idea that your brain is looking in the back, looking in the past, okay? So this equals to remember. Remember. To look down is the idea that I think I'm so much better than everyone else. It's like you are looking down on them and thinking, oh, I am the best. And you are just like an ant beneath my foot. I'm looking down at you, okay? So this is to look at someone with superiority. Kind of the idea of, I am a big person and you are a nobody, okay? To look forward. To look forward means to await eagerly. To oh, I'm so looking forward to something. You are looking towards it. You are waiting for something that will happen in the future. So it is ahead of you. You know, in time-wise, it is ahead of you, okay? So this is to wait eagerly, okay? And to look up actually means to find information. For example, I would say, what is this word in Russian? And you say, oh, I don't know. I will look it up in my dictionary, right? This means you will search, you will find it in your dictionary. So to look up, to find, to search, this idea. So we have to look back. Your mind is looking back, you are remembering. To look down, you are literally pretending in your mind that this person is much smaller than you, okay? To look forward, to wait eagerly for something that is ahead of you in the timeline. And to look up, to find or to search for something, okay? So now, on to our next question, our last question of the day, which is from Lena. Now, Lena asks about persuade and convince. Because we can always say, oh, he persuaded me or he convinced me, right? And we tend to think of them almost in our heads as synonyms. However, there is a difference as well. We have to persuade and to convince. Okay, here is our difference. To persuade someone is you appeal to their will, to their moral sense or their emotions. So here we have, an E. Let's go like this. We have emotions. For example, I love chocolate so much, he persuaded me to eat it. Like he appealed to my will, my emotions, that idea, okay? However, to convince someone is to use logic, to use an evidence, to use an argument, okay? So to convince is more logical. Let's go like this. We have our emotions versus our brain, our heart versus our brain. So persuade, we have our brain. We have our heart. And to convince someone, we use our brain. I cannot draw a brain. So, persuasion and to convince somebody, okay? So, I hopefully can persuade you to come back next time. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you. So I'll see you next time, okay? Goodbye.